So, today we're diving into a really intense narrative from the YouTube channel Hakikat TV. It paints a picture of a final, high stakes standoff between Iran and the United States. Let's break it down.
Right out of the gate, the source video hits you with this line. And wow, it really sets the tone. It frames this whole situation not just as politics, but as this moment of destiny, where the outcome could be catastrophic or maybe even something divine. So, how did we even get here? Well, the source starts its argument by zeroing in on one single action, a move by Iran's leadership that it says is just profoundly significant. What's so interesting here is the way it's presented, all secrecy and immense pressure. The video suggests this isn't just some routine visit. No, this is a spiritual journey happening at a moment of absolute crisis. This is the turning point for the whole country. And to really get why this matters, you have to understand the location. Hakika TV explains that the Jamkaran Mosque is this deeply sacred place. It's where leaders go when they're looking for what they believe is actual divine guidance, for spiritual protection. This is where you go before you make a decision that's going to echo through history. And this is what really drives home the stakes. The source material is crystal clear. There are no half measures here. The story being told is one of complete and total finality. The supreme leader has gone to this sacred place ready for one of two outcomes, period. There's just no room for anything else. This deep spiritual feeling, well, it spills right over into Iran's public messaging. Their whole response is framed not just in military terms, but as a fundamental act of faith. This is the title of a video message Iran put out according to the source, Khuda Kafi As, which translates to God is enough. And that one phrase, it's everything. It pretty much sums up their entire position. Our ultimate strength, our ultimate reliance is on a higher power. And who was this message for? Well, according to the source, they had a few different audiences in mind. It was meant to reassure their own people in Iran, it was a direct shot at the American president, and it was a rallying cry to the entire global Muslim community, the Ummah. So here's the bottom line. The narrative from Hakikat TV sets this up as a totally uneven fight. On one side, you've got the unbelievable military and tech power of the US and Israel. And on the other, you have Iran, claiming its ultimate support comes directly from God. It's basically faith versus force. Okay, so now let's flip the script and look at the other side of this. The American ultimatum that, according to the source, is really pushing things to the brink. The video claims the situation is just incredibly tense. It says the U.S. has moved a third aircraft carrier into the area and has already finalized its attack plans. This detail is really there to create this feeling of imminent, unavoidable danger. And what are these alleged targets? We're not talking about a warning shot here. The source claims the plan is designed to completely decapitate the regime, hit the supreme leader, take out top military officials, and wipe out key nuclear and government buildings. This slide really lays out the deadlock perfectly. On one hand, the U.S. is demanding Iran ends its nuclear and missile programs and changes its leadership. But Iran's counteroffer, as the video tells it, is to disarm the entire Middle East, including Israel. You can see right away, these two sides aren't even on the same planet. There is no middle ground. So, you're faced with this impossible ultimatum. What do? The source material lays out two very different paths. This is really the million-dollar question, isn't it? With military force supposedly breathing down your neck and these non-negotiable demands on the table, what's the next move? And the answer, at least according to Hakikat TV, couldn't be clearer. Compromise, not an option. Surrender, off the table. The only path they see, the only way forward, is straight-up confrontation. And this brings us to the core message of the whole narrative. This phrase, fateh hai ya shahadat hai, translates to, it is either victory or martyrdom. This is the final word. It's the non-negotiable position. There's no plan B, no exit strategy. There is only the fight, and it can only end in one of those two ways. Okay, so in the final part of this story, the video zooms out, arguing that this whole conflict is about way more than just Iran's borders. The source throws out a number here, citing U.S. Senator Marco Rubio, to show the potential cost of all this, 4,000. That's the supposed number of U.S. troops sitting right in the range of Iranian missiles and drones. It's a number meant to hit hard and show you the immediate danger. You really get this powerful sense of finality.
The video isn't saying this is just another flare-up in a long fight. No, it's explicitly calling this the last phase. It's suggesting we've hit the point of no return.
And this is how it all wraps up. The source makes the case that Iran is basically fighting for the entire Muslim world. A win for them is a win for everybody, and if they lose, it's a domino that will make everyone else fall. The argument is that no one else has the guts or the power to stand up, which makes this Iran's and maybe the entire region's final stand.
And so we end right where the source leaves us, with this huge, hanging question. The narrative we've just unpacked from Hakikat TV paints a picture of this inevitable collision between massive military power and unshakable religious faith. And the question it just forces you to ask is, what on earth happens next? What comes after a crash like that?